Good morning, Discord. Good morning, YouTube. All right, today we're going to see if we can make enough money to buy, what is it? Toaster strudel icing. Okay, so let's do an overview. I saw a news report this morning that China just slapped us with 85% tariff or something like that. So the 5-day we can see is creeping down. Where's it at? 507-ish. 507.52. So, and let's check. Oh my God, the contract's 842 for a call. 800, insane. So the tariff should say some more downside, right? However, we just had a 30-point move to the downside yesterday. So, you know, the question is, are we going to bounce back and recover from that 30-point drop, or are these new tariffs gonna kick in? So we don't know. Let's see if we tag the 5-day or what's gonna happen, but a call is crazy money right now. Today might not be a trading day because your stop loss is gonna have to be possibly in the hundreds, right? So yeah, today might not be a trading day. And that call this morning, woo-wee. Let's see if we test 498, how we react to 498.75. My goodness, a call this morning. That would have been amazing. That's strange. My brokerage is acting funny. So I'm experimenting with this green algo that I have here. So we'll see how this goes. I did it yesterday too. It kind of worked out. Let's see what we got. Okay. Yeah, I think today's gonna be one of those whipsawing, choppy days where you put an order and it immediately gets stopped out and then goes in the direction you want it to go. I think it's gonna be one of those tricky days. Today might not be a trading day. It's just, there's a lot of volatility. And part of trading is knowing, is understanding these types of environments, that it's not designed for the retail trader like you and myself. Yeah, this type of environment is, yeah, not designed for us. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not too hopeful about it. Yeah, I'm not calling this out because we're far away from calling anything at this point. Never mind. I wanted to see if it was going to do this right here, but it didn't. So yeah, there's no structure yet, no trade yet. I don't even think today's a trading day, if I'm honest. I probably won't, because if you're wrong, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and that could wipe out all your gains from whatever your gains are, you know, and it would be completely a shame. Especially, you know, we're aware of the type of environment, and to kind of ignore that for greed that would be a shame. But you know I got that gift. But you know I got that gift. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. But you know I got that gift. Oh, let's see how short-lived this is. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Let's make some moves here. You know I got that gift. There it is. There it is. Even though I didn't recommend it. But I wanted to see if that was going to happen. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Okay. Alright, for my next trick, let's see if let's see if we tag that 5-day, or if it's gonna go down. We're looking for something like this. Hold on, let me make it better. Okay, that initial bolt up. Oh my god, did that thing hit to the penny? I think I had it like that or something. To the penny. How much FOMO do we have now? You had a momentum candle here, so there you go. We had this. This ended up being a momentum candle, so that just worked out. I got lucky. I get lucky sometimes. Every day. So yesterday, remember what I put in the was it the analysis or the trade chat yesterday, that we tagged the 5 before we dumped, right? The 30-point drop. So, you know, now we know that that could be a pattern. Now we know that this could be a thing right here. But if you don't feel comfortable trading today, I wouldn't. $700 for a call. Yeah, for $730 for a contract. That's crazy money. Because if you're wrong, or if you put your stop not appropriate, it could really mess you up. For continuation here, let's see if it hits one of these. The 50-50 should be around actually the 50-50 should be around here, a little bit lower, but $50-50 should be about here, actually, somewhere around here. I think today would be a really good paper trading day. It's a really solid paper trading day. You know, the largest dump in stock market history was yesterday of 30 points. And So this is a new environment for everybody, right? This is a new environment for everybody. Do we really want to risk everything we made yesterday on a new environment? Essentially, you know, the setups are gonna be the setups, right? That there's kind of rules that go around certain things as far as stock market direction. However, in new environments, sometimes those rules go out the window, you know? So we're at the 50-50 right now, and you know, crazy economic times. Absolutely crazy economic times. So why risk it? Let's wait till, I mean, I don't think we're in any rush to throw away money. All right, we expect a little bounce right here. We expected this bounce right here. Let's check the higher time frame. Okay. Okay, so I think I might like break a magenta. I might have to adjust the line just a bit, but I think I like breaking magenta. You see now why I moved the 50-50 down a little bit from here? It actually should have been around here. That's why I moved it. We seen a day, maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where the price kept giving us like fake outs to the downside, and it just stayed inside. Well, it wasn't blue. I mean, it wasn't green. I think it was blue last time, but it just kept forming this algo here, and it was really tough to trade that day. Okay, let's clean up the chart. So the 50-50 here, since it didn't break magenta, right? We're looking for the break of magenta. Never broke magenta, no reason to go to buy puts. Maybe these candles on the 50-50 should have told you, all right, maybe we got some upside since we never made it down to here. All right, we're about to approach high day. We got the 5 MA within striking distance right now as well. All right, we might be forming bearish divergence right here. We will see if the bearish divergence plays out. We will see if bearish divergence plays out. So on one hand, we're looking to see if we did a break, retest, and rejection off of this key level here. And on the other hand, a bearish divergence might be playing out. Like exactly where I put this bullseye on my bearish divergence. But now we got to see, is it a fake out or is it a break, retest, and rejection off of key level? Let's see how we react to the high a day. All right, so our 5 minute says we're firmly in this magenta right here. Our 30 minute says we have some strength to the upside. Our 1 minute isn't really telling us much. It just tells us where we are right now. So we're trending up, looking for call entries, but we're at, we're chopping right here. This is just chop right here. Wait for the setup. So break, retest, rejection off of key level. And let me see. So it looks like break of purple for the upside. It's kind of dark. Let me highlight it just a bit. All right, now we're going to see if we're going to test this 5-day. There's actually no structure here. This is very sloppy. It's just very sloppy. There's no structure. So the pullbacks haven't been that significant. This was a pretty significant one. The pullbacks have not been that significant, so your safety put is going to be somewhere down here. Another magenta should form, maybe around here. Probably around here. Your safety is going to be around this one right here. Your best bet for puts, wait till it gets here. To 593.87-ish. This will be your first indicator of some more downside. So we gotta wait minimum for the break of this one here. I'll highlight a different color or different intensity. Okay, now the bearish divergence is playing out. It was a fake out on the first divergence, and now it's playing out. So we still got to watch out for this magenta right here. Expect a bounce over here somewhere. Okay, we didn't close yet. We broke this magenta. We didn't close yet. Didn't close below it yet. We expect a little dance over here already. All right, so let's see if we reject this blue and then break underneath this this magenta right here. All right, protect your trade. Protect your trade. There it is. There it is. Protect your trade. There's the money. There is the money. Let's see. From 557 to contract price to 651. Easy money. Easy money. There it is. Break a magenta. I told you, if it starts rejecting underneath this blue and we break the magenta, you can't hesitate on this stuff. If you got paid, take your money. Call it a day. Take your money and call it a day. Today is not going to be a kind day. We made this little profit here. It may run. It probably has some more strength to the downside, but if you got stopped out, take your money. Okay. If you're waiting for the safety somewhere down here, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with waiting for the safety. Because look, you'd have to survive all this if you were to get in here. You got to survive all this. What a tricky, choppy day. Look at this chop right here. You can't trade in this. Cannot trade in this. It's too choppy. Wait for the setup. Somewhere down here is your safe puts. Remember that. Somewhere down here is going to be your safe puts. All right, let's see the strength. We just had to survive this little bull cycle here. That's all we had to do is survive. Right? That's all we had to do, survive that one cycle, and then now you can move your stop. So if you get in on the break of magenta, you have to wait for this cycle to play out. That's why I drew the break, retest, and reject. Now you move your stop. Matter of fact, in this environment, go ahead and start taking profit. Yeah, it's not going to be forgiving today. Your safe puts? Somewhere down here. Somewhere down here. That's the answer. Look at all these fake outs. Look at this. You can't, there's no structure in here. Let's wait till we get out of the chop. Let's see the break, retest, and reject off 501. Yeah, this is tricky to trade. There's no trading in this. There's no trade here. Gotta take your money when you can. Today's boring. Boring day. Look at this stop hunt right here, right? So break of this magenta, stop hunt. And now they want to stop everybody out before they get the strength to continue down possibly. We're going to see. This is a new environment for everybody, right? We never had a 30-day drop before ever in history. Or a 30-point drop. Never. Stop hunt. Nothing you can do about it. We're still in chop, right? Your safe puts somewhere down here. Your safe calls somewhere up here. Let me highlight it. I'll put these regular. What a tricky day. Yeah, today's not a trading day, that's for sure. Well, not the morning session. This is chop. There's no trade in here. The setup somewhere down here, somewhere up here. For the calls, we want to see it like this. For the puts, something like this. Clean up this chart. All right, what does our 5 minute tell us? The 5 minutes saying some rejection wicks, some doji right here. 5 minute, we're at this key level, 497.65. This is just chop. There's no trade here. There's no structure. There's no setup. This is all just chop. But we already knew today was going to be a rough day. We already knew that because it's look at this. You can see for yourself. Impossible to trade in this. That 5 minute chart hit though. That 5 minute chart hitting. Look at this chop. You can't do anything in here. Not every day is a trading day. Not every day is a trading day. And like I said earlier, how one day we had it where it just kept forming whatever the color was, it kept forming an upward channel all day. There was no real way to trade it. There's absolutely no trade in here. Since the morning, no trade. You see why I wanted to break above 501.94? This key level, why I highlighted it. I wanted to break above, retest it, and then reject off of it. But it seems like just rejection underneath it. So we might have we're just stuck in this sideways motion. All right, so puts on underneath 501.94, calls above 597.67. That's all we got. That's all we know for sure, right? That's all we know for sure. All right, puts underneath 501.94. Did anyone take that one? Just said it. Puts underneath 501.94. There it is. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. So when this channel right here going completely sideways breaks, you want to look for not just a break, you know, you want to see some confirmation. You want to see it like that. Oh man, those puts underneath 501.94. Boy, did that hit. So broke the magenta. All right, let's see how much strength we got now. We know there's gonna be maybe a bounce right here. Let's see if we get strength right through it. Don't tell me it's gonna be puts underneath 501.94 and calls above 497.67. Don't tell me that. We need some type of something, some type of structure somewhere. Just gotta wait for the setup. Or you know what? Sometimes the setup is today's not the day to trade. Crazy high premium. The market's in a weird time right now. Alright, so if you took the break of this magenta, protect your trade. If you took this one right here, protect your trade. Now let's see if we leave this orange. Let's see if we leave the orange and get firmly inside the purple. Let's see how much strength this down has, right? So the break of this magenta, you're in profit. Remember, it was breaking magenta for the down. As time went on, I believe this orange presented itself. It seems to be holding up properly. So let's see if we move from inside the orange to inside the purple, right? See how the orange is pointing up, the purple's pointing down? All right, there it is. Breaking magenta. We left the orange. Breaking magenta. You made good money. You made good money on breaking magenta. Good money on breaking magenta. We just had to be a little bit patient. This was tough though. This was really tough to trade in. Extremely difficult to trade in. When we break blue, take your profit. Single contracts, if you got in on the break and magenta, when you break blue, take your profit. Okay, like I said, puts underneath 501.94, calls above 497.67. Just like that. That's, oh goodness. So we're still in this channel. Like I said, if we're still in this channel, that's what the answer is, right? Puts underneath here, calls above here. That's the answer. Now when we break the channel, right? When we break, we want to see it like this. Or conversely, on the other side, we want to see it like this, right? But we did break this orange, so let's see if it has enough strength. Okay, so we finally broke to one side. Now let's see if we get a little retest underneath before it rejects. printing money yet? You waited for the safety? You see the safety where I put the magenta, I put the shoulder, I told you wait for the break, the retest, and rejection underneath 497.67. There's nothing more I can do. There's absolutely nothing more I can do. All of that happened. All of it happened, right? You wait for the break, you wait for the retest, and reject. Or if you didn't want that one, the break in magenta. Look how much money we're printing. It just took a little bit of time. That's all it took was some time. I highlighted this orange for a reason. I highlighted this magenta for a reason. There it is. I told you, if we break underneath this orange, that means we're no longer in this orange, and now we're in this purple, which is a down. Look at the money we printed. Easy. Look at the money we are printing. Oh my God, it feels so good. Look at the money. Easy claps. Easy claps. We knew exactly where to go in. We knew exactly where to go in. Right? It was I even said it. We want to break. Let's see if it retests and rejects underneath. Easy claps. Look at this money. There it is. Took a little bit, but we got there. Took a little bit, but we got there. Oh my goodness. Finally. Feels good. Feels good. Okay, let's recap. Let's recap. We had the orange highlighted. Okay. I told you if we break below this orange, that means we're inside the purple, which means we're in a downtrend now. I told you that, or I highlighted this a long time ago, and I said underneath this magenta. I even drew a flexion point shoulder right here. Impossible to lose. You may lose one trade, but you can't lose for the day. It's impossible. Impossible. Take your money. Take your money and call it a day. Today has been one of those days. It just took a little bit of time. It was fine. We knew what was going on. Whew. Okay, I'll be right back. Look at the money we printed. Look at it. Break of magenta. Easy. You could have got a break of magenta way up here. Let me highlight this one too. We called oh wait, what did I just do? We called it early in the day. Break of magenta for the down. Right? We called it early in the day. Break of magenta for the down. Look at this money. Feels good. It feels good. Here's another thing we need to take note of, which this isn't like 100% always going to be like this, but we saw this wick right here. Look at this wick, this rejection. This wick was telling. Unfortunately, I was on mute when I gave some sauce, but here's a wick right here, and this could possibly be some strength to the downside, right? So I think I was mute. I must have been mute. But I was like, here's the point where you need to make a choice and have conviction in your trade. So you had the break of orange, you had the break of magenta, you had the break of magenta over here. So, and if you didn't take the trade because you didn't feel comfortable, that's fine too. If you didn't feel comfortable underneath this flexion point right here, that's fine too. If you didn't feel comfortable by me saying wait for the break, retest, and rejection underneath 597.67 or 497.67, which we'll zoom in on this candle right here. You see how it broke, it retested it, and then rejected. It's too easy. It's too easy. Look at the money we are printing. Look at this money. There it is. Just took patience. Patience. This is one of the things we have to work on as traders. Like, is patience. That's the main thing. Patience. So it took me a while, probably too long, to find the orange. But once I found this orange, I highlighted it immediately. And if you're in the Discord, you know that when I highlight something, that means the break of this trend line. Look at this money inside blue. Oh my goodness. I think I want to get, what is it? I might. So we should be waiting for break of blue. But I might cut chalks shortly. I'll give it a little, like 1 or 2 more minutes. I think we have enough to have, what was it? Toaster strudel icing. That's my favorite. I love toaster strudel icing. When I was a kid, I used to get in trouble because I used to eat all the icing and leave all the strudels in the freezer. All right, I'm gonna take my money right here. I'm good with this. Technically, I should probably leave open some of the contracts, but I gotta get out of here shortly. So I'll close on all my positions on the break of this blue. I don't even care if it wicks. If it gets inside the blue or outside the blue, I'm cutting it. Okay, I'll take a few more dollars off of it. A few more dollars. Come on, give it to me. Right, so here's what I did. I took the break of orange. I wrote it down. I left it until the retracement. Once it retraced, now I started moving my stop. Right, so once I was comfortable with break even, I broke even. All right, cool. I waited for the retracement, and now I move my stop. Still in it. Still in it. Because it never closed outside of blue. I'm still in it. Still in it. Give me some more. I'll take it. I like toaster strudel icing. So for Discord members, you had number 1, break of orange, but I don't think I said that out loud, but I did highlight it, and we know what that highlighting means. Number 2, break of magenta. Number 3, the break of 497.67, which I said once it breaks, it's gonna go. I did say that. Number 4, we had this flexion point with the shoulder. So there was at minimum you had 4 indicators. I'll even take away the orange because I did highlight it, but I didn't say anything about it. But at minimum you had 3 opportunities to make money on this play. So if you're hesitating, okay, I'm out. I went out on break of blue. If you're hesitating, that's something you got to work on. The more you hesitate, the more you have to put a stop loss. The greater your stop loss is going to be, right? So as soon as I saw this wick, actually, I was in. I didn't even wait for the break of this orange. As soon as I saw this wick, boom, I got in, wrote it all the way, or I waited a couple candles, and I just moved my stop loss to my exact break even, or a little bit more than break even. And then I allowed for the retracement, and then I started moving my stop loss, right? And then I'm seeing that we're close to blue, and then I move my stop loss along blue. So that's the process. That's how it works. Or that's how I did it for this trade specifically. Now let's see if we stay underneath this purple. I got a few more minutes here. It took us a while, but we got here finally. Jeez. All right, let's see if we form another orange. And that's why I took my money and got out. For that reason right there. Don't get greedy. I didn't get greedy with it. Took my money, got out. I made sure I drained every possible dollar I can get out of it, and I'm happy with that. And if it dumps right now, if it continues down, because right here should be a flexion point right here. See this flexion point right here? So I expect some type of dance right here. But if it shoots down right now, oh well. I missed it. No big deal. So what we want to see if there's going to be any more downside. So break of green is going to be your notification. Break of magenta is going to be put you on notice. Break of orange is going to be your confirmation. I know it took me a while to find that orange, but once we found it, woo! But we already had a magenta from a long time ago, right? Look at the magenta here, breaking magenta, break a magenta. So we had plenty of opportunity to make the money today. Plenty of opportunity. The answer was break a magenta. That's the answer for the downside. For the upside, I want to say break a purple. Like blue and purple is going to be for our upside. I got a few more minutes here and then we'll wrap it up. See how we're struggling at 497.67? See how we wicked right here? We're struggling at this level. So now that you see this struggle here, your call entries should look like a break, retest, and rejection off of 597.67, right? That's what your call setups are going to look like. Your put setups on the screen. On the screen right now. Let me clean up the chart just a bit. Whew. We had a good day. Today was a good day. Took a while to get there. Yeah, this was crazy chop in the beginning. Crazy chop. I saw a couple opportunities that I hesitated on, and I was like, all right, I missed it, no big deal. But on this one here, nah, I knew here. Now let's see if we reject underneath 497.67. Let's see if we reject underneath here. Okay, Discord, use the 5-minute chart to guide. Use the 5-minute chart to guide you. Nice momentum candle here. So the notification got sent out, right, for possible down, but we didn't get the magenta or the orange, so no reason to look for puts. Not yet. Not yet. Now we're going to see how much strength this momentum candle has. Is it going to do this? Is it going to do that? Or is it going to do this? So it's either this. All right, so immediate retest of 497.67. Now let's see if it rejects off of it. Or are we actually doing this? Look at the 5-minute. Look at the 5-minute. So don't rush anything. Just wait for the setup. Don't rush it. All right, let's check the higher time frames really quick. The 5-minute. So for the calls, wait for this, right? Let's see. So on the 30-minute, it looks like we're staying within this orange. We're just in this orange, so look for a break above the orange and above the purple, or below this green. But it's pretty much sideways. Yeah, it's sideways. This was the only real trade, or maybe this one too. This is probably the only real trade right here. This one right here was the only real trade. Okay, YouTube, it's been a pleasure. That's been my time. We made good money today. It was rough in the beginning, but once we figured out this orange, actually we figured out the magenta pretty early on. So it was the break in magenta. You had to hold on for dear life over here, but yeah, break in magenta, break in magenta. That's gonna be the thing for the day. Okay, so YouTube, it's been a pleasure. You have a good